Yeah, man. Let's talk about sex, baby. So we got one husband. One husband is used to not getting any cheeks at all. One husband is curious about who's blowing their wife's back out. And another husband thinks somebody else's wife is way too sexy for them. We're going to talk about all that and much more on a brand new episode of The Jasmyne Show. Let's get into it.
Jasmyne and Vince.
The Jasmyne Show.
The JasVynce.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of
The JasVynce Show.
Yes, it's The Jasmyne Show.
I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Vince. And we are here to talk about Married at First Sight season... I always forget the season.
16.
Season 16, episode 6, I believe. You dropped a bomb on me. What was the bomb?
Baby.
There's a lot of bombs. I feel like there was a few bombs.
I feel like there's a few bombs.
There was a few bombs this episode. One wife wants to pick... I need my glasses, my Pastor Cow glasses. One wife wants to pick up the pace. Her husband hides his reason for wanting to slow things down. Ooh. Some wives start to question their husband's sense of humor. A comment from one husband threatens to ruin his marriage before the honeymoon is over. So much juice this episode, folks. But of course, please make sure, if you're watching, we thank you so much. Please make sure you're taking the time to subscribe so you can check us out every single Wednesday night or Thursday afternoon after the show is over. Y'all gonna see this. All right, really appreciate you. Take the time to like this as well, and let us know your thoughts on the episode, y'all. Take the time to comment as well. But let's get into it. The very first couple I have here, let's talk about Dom and Mac. Can we call them that?
Cut the music.
Oh, excuse me. I was jamming.
It's loud.
I
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I was in the
Dom
zone.
and Mac. Dom ain't feeling her man, basically, is what I got from this. She said he's a 6.5. She's attracted to him.
Is that what she said?
Yeah. And she said on the romantic scale, it's a 3 or 4 because he jokes a lot and he complains a lot, which is a huge turnoff for her.
Trash.
I feel like, at first I was like, what does she mean? But in the after party, she was saying the issue is if he said, you know what, like after the fact, after they went and did something, so they went horseback riding, right? So he complained about it before and was like, yeah, so I don't normally do this, but he wants her to feel like, oh, I'm doing this for you. But instead of it coming off like, oh, I'm going out of my comfort zone to enjoy time with you, like he could have said it differently. He was saying that like, it almost said like, from her perspective, I feel like she translated it as I'm doing you a favor almost. Versus I'm trying to enjoy something different with you, my wife. She said that she wanted him to say it afterwards and not before because it kind of puts a damper on the activity that they do. Which I understand that. But my husband is never not down for the most part until he's not down.
And I hate complainers as well. So, man. All I got about Dominique is that she talks to her mom every single day. How you feel about that, Jasmine?
Well, since her mom wanted her to do this experiment, she should.
There you go. I literally don't have much about Dominique and McKinley. I was trying to I was like, what their full names? Dom and Mac. I like Dom and Mac, though. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they like each other too much. We'll see more about that.
He likes her, but...
It seems like it. It seems like it a little bit.
In his defense, when they went horseback riding in the water, his horse took a shit on him.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes. So I would probably complain too.
I'm complaining a little bit.
Big complain.
I'm complaining if I'm riding a horse and it goes to the bathroom anyway, but in the water, it could come up and touch your leg.
Yeah. No, I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
Anything else about these two? Looking forward to seeing the drama. It sucks to say that, but
he apologizes
that's what they
for it, though. He apologizes for complaining all the time, and he said he actually does want to step out of his comfort zone. And she didn't seem to like even care about anything he was doing. She was like, actions. Speak louder. Actions.
Let us know how you feel about Dom and Mac. And we actually got some ratings for you today, so I'm interested to see what Jasmine has to rate this interesting couple that who knows how long they'll stay together. Let's talk about Gina.
Oh, God.
And Clint. Yeah, put the drama up front. I got a lot to say about Gina and Clint. Just like Gina has a lot to say about salons.
About who?
Salons.
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 That's all she talks about.
Salon. In the salon. When I'm at the salon. You know I run a salon, right?
Can we talk about the fact that Mac defended her when the guys got together and was like...
I thought that was dope.
Well, I thought it was dope until he complimented her.
We'll get into that in a second. They're blabbing in the pool to begin with, Gina and Clint. She's talking all about salon. Clint is like, I would like to know a little bit more about Gina, which I do not fault him for at all. But yeah, anything else about that? Because Clint just was saying the wrong things the entire episode, pretty much. Specifically in the group chat with everybody, with all the couples and whatnot around.
I feel like when you deal with somebody that's an entrepreneur, they talk about their business. You talk a lot about your business. So it's kind of like either you with it or you not. We're not doing that no more, though. Either you with it or you not. Simple as that. So he wants her to work harder and work smarter and not harder. And he said that he only works 8 to 5 and basically wants her to talk about something besides the salon, basically. During the group hangout, are we going to talk about that separately or what?
It's the group hangout. Let's talk about it.
All right, so all the couples hang out or whatever, and I feel like Clint was big disrespectful.
Big. Everybody was looking at him stupid the whole time.
Big disrespectful. He basically just comes out and says, yeah, so, Eris, have you blown Jasmine's back out?
Oh, is that what we were getting into? I thought that...
I got lots of stuff about him.
He did say that.
Said that.
I thought he said that in front of guys. He said that in front of everybody.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I think that's wild to refer to somebody else's wife in front of them or not in front of them. Like, that's fighting words. In my opinion, nobody can say nothing like that about my husband. And I'm just like, I didn't blow his back out. No, absolutely not. You don't reference somebody's, even if they just met their spouse, you don't do that. Like, Clint just does not have boundaries, and as we later find out, he cannot read a room as well.
Can't read a room. And I feel like a few people have picked up on that, and that's just,
He reminds me of Mitch from last season.
Jazz keeps calling him
but
Mitch.
Worse.
Let us know if you think Mitch is worse. I've already seen some comparisons of other couples, but if you think Mitch or Clint is worse. I feel like Mitch was more like naive. You said annoying. So it was just like...
Mitch was annoying with his recycling everything.
Clint, that's just who Mitch is. Clearly.
Yeah.
He's Mitch. But Clint, I think there was a lot of like red flags. Douche. There was a lot of red flags with just the way that he reacted to things, specifically in this scene right here where they talked about it later, and he just flipped the script.
What did he do wrong, babe?
Well, I think his wife asked him, was like, the ladies and I, we all talked about the comment about the weight thing.
What did he say?
He legit didn't know what he was saying wrong, clearly. And then was like, on top of that, you call me a ginger. I don't know how to feel about that. So what is the word that we were using?
What did he say?
Deflecting? Wait, I don't remember what exactly he said.
He said they were talking in the group saying about like how they're not normally attracted to each other, the type that each other is.
Right.
And he said, yeah, I'm usually more into like athletic, slender. He used the word slender.
In the after party, did we clear up that Gina did start this conversation first and he was
apparently
joking,
they had a conversation about it before, but
not a conversation. She started the conversation. They just didn't show what she said to
He made it sound like they had a conversation privately before.
They did.
And then they brought it back up in that conversation, but she did indeed bring it up. But also, the thing is, like, the things that me and you say in private, like, some things you can't obviously say in front of other women. Because he was not worried about offending his wife, but you need to be worried about offending other people. You should be worried about offending other people.
He is adventurous. He wasn't worried about
he
nothing.
was 10 toes down.
He wasn't worried
with
about
the foolishness.
nothing.
Yeah.
And I got to give Keisha Knight Pulliam her props. because Jazz. Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm sorry, I'm reading other crazy things he said.
Jazz is reading, but Keisha was reading him at the time.
Very respectfully.
And super respectful. I thought any of my Big Brother watchers out there, we thought she was going to get Julie Chen. So tell me what else you said about Asian women.
Yeah. Julie don't be playing. So why did you say this?
So, yeah, I thought that was it was a little bit crazy. Again, everybody was looking at him stupid the entire time. In the guys meetup, which again they've been married for a week now. The guys said, "Hey, we haven't even hung out as dudes, since the bachelor party." They're like, "Hey, it took a while for him to get to the girls." That was like that was the first thing. That was the first topic. It was hot. It was a hot topic. The dudes was like, "Oh yeah, how are you feeling about this marriage and your wife and the vacation?" And then eventually it gets to, "Yeah, that comment you made. I don't think the ladies really like that too much." And
what did he say?
It was bad.
He said, Chris was like he was taken aback by things that Clint says.
I'm glad Chris said something.
And then, hold on, where is it?
Basically, all the guys were like, yeah, I don't know if that was the right way to go about it. Mind you, we'll get to Eris, but this is right after Eris had come clean about how he felt about his wife and her body for some reason. But he said it within the guys. He said it within the guys. He didn't say it in front of everybody. Still, not the best thing to say. But, Mac had enough. McKinley was like, yo, I don't know why you would say that about, your wife specifically, because I think Gina's sexy as shit. You know what I'm saying? You talk about blowing backs out. You know what I'm saying? Mac. We all just got married, sir.
I think because they've just gotten married.
Oh, sorry, and also,
it.
And you def can't pull nobody better than her. Because if I was in the club and I seen Gina and you, he didn't. Obviously, if you watch the episode, he didn't say that. Yeah. But
so basically,
I thought that was a little over the line myself. But
yeah,
he was making a point.
I think that everybody's stepping over the line. What else? Clint said something else. He said, he was like, so who's seen their partner naked? I'm like, you're just giving creepy old man.
He was literally...
like, he's showing all the reasons he's single at 40. Basically.
He was literally trying to get to a place where, like, can we talk about sex? Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about sex, baby.
I think it's weird because you're not getting no cheeks. That's what's weird about it. I think if he was like, oh yeah, we're doing great, like, I feel like he's King Deflecty. Like, instead of focusing on what he has going on or like being accountable for his BS, like he's worried about everybody else's business. And I don't like that.
Yes.
I don't like it.
And once again, just to get back to this little clip, again, when his wife confronted him about it and was like, hey, like, we didn't appreciate that. None of the women appreciated it. That's actually all we talked about the entire time.
All the women were like, what the hell?
Like, what do you have to say for yourself? He's, all right, so you're not just going to go around calling me the G word like that. All right. I didn't even know that, women felt some type of way about.
You didn't know women felt some type of way about you referring to slender?
Again,
you into slender?
Again, big deflection. And for some reason, feel free to let us know this in the comments as well. People did not know that ginger could be seen as a derogatory term. And
that was news to me.
It was news to Jasmine. It was news to Keisha. I've heard people, be upset about that or, have something to say or, oh, don't call me that or I prefer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, I referenced that South Park did a whole episode on it. So. But
also, I feel like people are never conscious of things that don't directly affect them.
Obviously.
So please let me know if that term
That's why the world is the way it is.
What is the preferred term? Because, like, I don't want to offend people either. And I honestly didn't know that.
I think redhead is way less harsh than ginger.
I feel like redhead is a little bit demeaning in my opinion.
Why if it's the color
We don't
of
say
hair?
Brown head, black head, blonde head. Like, it just is like...
blonde or brunette, like you said. Like, it's not... It's describing the color of the hair. But
ginger is not necessarily red, though. Like, it could be like an orange.
It's as red as can be, I would say. I'm done talking about his hair.
You telling me you only know people, like, just bright red hair?
I'm not talking about gingers anymore, or red hair.
All right.
the biggest part of this was that Gina, who, you know,
Both of them didn't help each other. She
You know
said
what I'm
she
saying?
specialized in redheads.
yeah, that was
She's
what.
like, I specialize.
You know, she's making her way back to the salon, and you know, she's like, you don't even athletic. You don't even know how much I work out. Like, I thought that was a good point also. But the thing that was like the stake, you know, I think what the description was referring to about somebody ruining his marriage. I think it's best for the duration of this honeymoon that we spend some time apart. And he was not having that. He didn't. Oh, so you're just gonna walk away? She's got no leg to stand. He's just standing there. He's handling a rejection very bad.
He is.
And making himself look very bad in all of his.
But that's the first time I feel like he was outwardly showing that he was rejected.
Yeah.
Because outside of that, he just been internalizing and then saying like something slick here and there, or like, oh yeah, I'm not attracted to you either. Like, I just can't. I'm annoyed with Clint. Moving on.
In his Jamaican attire.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Let us move on to Kirsten. I'll get her name right eventually. Kirsten and Shaq. Let's talk about them. Kirsten and Shaq. I don't have that many notes about them either. They seem to be doing pretty cool. I wish I would have got a video of them doing the willy bounce. Yeah, man.
Oh,
They learned it.
Come on.
Good job, baby.
Yeah.
And Jazz thinks she's gonna be in love with him.
I kind of do, though. She
Tell us
said
why.
he checks all the boxes minus the bald head thing.
She can stop talking about the ball.
But
head, you know
he's
what I'm saying?
growing on her. But let's be real. You know, the producers be asking the same
OD,
thing over and
of
over.
course.
So, yeah, I know you just answered this like 6 hours ago. So, how do you feel about bald heads?
They gonna keep asking.
Yeah, so she said they felt like they both love music and dancing, and she felt like a connection when they were dancing and all of that. And then after the meetup, they met up after the meetups, and Shaq was low-key defending Clint, and she was like, nah, I don't like that. I'm gonna say what I said. I said what I said, basically.
Not only was Shaq, well, I don't. Do you feel like he was defending him? What did he
Yes.
say? I don't remember.
I felt like she was like, yeah, but what he was saying was, and I'm like, no, like, she was like, it was offensive to all the ladies that he was talking about, like, he's into more slender women,
Right.
and like, it's, I don't think that you, like, Gina said, like, I don't want to be with somebody that can't read a room. I don't feel like I should have to explain to you why every woman was offended by what you said.
Every single one.
Even if they were all slender, like, it's just like we live in a world where, like, don't even get me on my
At the risk
you
of
know.
commenting on women's bodies,
We don't comment on women's bodies.
in front of my wife especially, like between us, we agreed that this is a nice, you know what I'm saying, a nice little curvy cast. You know what I'm saying? They got some
I mean, they in
some
Nashville.
shape. Nashville.
They eating.
They eating good. They got some shape. So wasn't the smartest thing in the world. I don't necessarily remember him defending Clint, but if you say so, I believe my
I
wife.
feel like he was kind of defending him.
I listen to my wife at all costs. But the thing that I did notice was that and
She spent it.
we're gonna get into Jasmine and Eris in a little bit, but he snitched on his boy, so I don't even know if they boys for real.
I don't know.
Again, we haven't talked about it yet, but Eris said something about his wife's shape as well. But we're going to get into that in a little bit. There was something else about Shaq that I can't recall. What was it? I should have took better notes.
Really?
I should have took better notes.
You should have.
But, yeah, we'll get
She
into
says Shaq plays too much. And he was like, you don't want me to have a sense of humor?
Yeah.
Like, and she was like, there's a time to be serious. I understood what she was saying.
Yeah.
The way she said it probably wasn't like the best way to explain it, but yeah.
Yeah. Let us know how you feel about Shaquille and Kirsten. I forget her name
Vince
was Kirsten
is
every
so
time.
happy that he got it.
I can't remember her name for some reason. I don't know. She doesn't look like I don't know what Kirsten look like. Anywho, let's get into Nicole and Christopher. I don't have much notes for them either. All I have is that they're discussing, being close to each other, bonding, and communication and sex for some reason. And we find out that Chris was in a relationship. He mentioned that last time he had sex was like a year ago, at least, and that was in a year-long relationship. That was the only time he had sex.
No, he
I'm
said he
joking.
had sex
It was
3 times.
Three
in
times
that
in a
relationship.
year and a half or something like that.
Yeah.
Which people were like, what?
I said
Twitter, at least.
it's trash.
It's pretty trash.
The sex is probably trash.
No comment.
I'm so sorry, Nicole.
No comment. No comment. Do you have anything about these?
He did say
these
he wanted to
wonderful
wait
fucks?
on sex, basically.
He wanted to wait?
What he kind of said. So.
Now, could it have anything to do with his dance moves by chance?
Hey.
Do you think he?
Hey,
Do you think he got the motion in the ocean? It's not.
No.
And what resort are they on that all the
Grand Palladium.
all the
I know
workers-
somebody that went there before.
yeah, all the workers just teach you how to dance at random parts of the day?
Listen, I'm gonna have to hit up my line sister and ask her because she went to that resort before. I'll be like, yo, did the workers just have dance classes every
Because
day?
if all they doing is serving rum and dancing, I would like to be a part of it.
You wanna go?
I haven't been to Jamaica in a while. Let's do
When the
something,
last
baby.
time you went to
Come on,
Jamaica?
I'm down. I'm down if you are. Anything else about Christopher and Nicole?
Nah. Ain't much happening.
We'll get more into these couples as the weeks go on. Yeah, I don't have nothing else to say about them. Let us know how you feel about these two. Again, it seems like they're gonna be maybe kind of cool, but I think it was in the preview for next week where she's like, for the 1,000th time, do you love me? He's like, nah, I don't. What? I don't even know you like that. Stop playing.
I remember. Oh, sorry. I remember.
Oh, you had something.
When he was talking to the guys, he did say that she holds hands more than I'd like, and that they were nervous
She is
about moving in.
lovey-dovey, man. She likes it. That's
I
what
thought she was gonna bust it open. Didn't she say she was?
she did. She did, and I feel like other people thought that she was as well.
Yeah. Well,
We'll see.
we'll see.
Jasmyne and Aris.
Is this the last group?
This is it.
Okay.
He's 39 and has never been in love. We've talked about that already, but for some reason it came up a couple more times today. And it seems like something that Jasmine is worried about. Both Jasmines. So yeah, at one point, talking with the guys, he admits that Jasmine's attraction to him is on a scale of 1 to 10. It's at a 12, baby. That's a beautiful thing. Yo, so in love. Yeah, but I'm thinking, mine, I think she's more like a 4. That's crazy. You don't tell anybody that, first off.
He thinks that she's a 12 attracted to him.
But also, if you're attracted to your wife, how is she a 4? If you're like, if she's under a 5, that means you're not attracted to her.
Did he say she was attracted? He said she's a attractive woman. He didn't say he was attracted to her. You can see somebody that you are like, oh, they're attractive, but they might not be like you're attracted to them.
Or on his level of attraction to her is a 4.
All right, so my description, I think that he like Meg the Stallion type.
Yeah, she don't have the perfect butt, which saying the words
her
the
proportions
perfect butt,
are good though.
Saying the words the
this
perfect
is crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Saying the words the perfect butt is also a red flag as well, because who's got,
because all he cares
the
about
perfect
butt. Is the butt.
And when he's describing the perfect butt, he goes, oh, Serena Williams, sculpted by the gods, Meg the Stallion, sculpted by, I don't know, is that Megan's butt is real supposed to be, right?
Babe.
It's supposed to be real, right?
It's real, babe.
It's real. Sculpted
I
by
thought
the state of
SZA's
Texas.
butt was real.
SZA?
Yeah.
She got us, man.
Nah, I knew it wasn't, because before she didn't have no booty.
She got us.
But, yeah.
SZA got us, if you didn't know.
Yeah, she did.
The SZA BBL. Snip, snap. All right, anywho. Yeah, I thought that was crazy because he's like, and he also mentioned on After Party as well, she's won beauty pageants. But, to me, that's just not my type. He like him thick, clearly.
Yeah, that's what I was getting from that.
Specifically with the butt.
The butt.
Or the butt. As Jasmine loves.
You love to say that stuff.
In private, I talk about
What
that.
I did like was the conversation that they had after everybody had linked up, and he was like, "So basically, Clint and Gina low key told each other they was ugly." It's basically what happened. I was like,
That's what happened.
I love a good husband wife kiki session. You know,
I guess. I still wanted to focus on just a sec. The fact that he's talking about his wife. Man, after they had a whole blow up with everyone about somebody talking about how he felt attracted to his wife. Especially when in the men's chat, when Clint was going off, Eris is like trying not to look at Clint in his face. He's like burning a hole in Shaq. Like, yo, do you hear this guy? Like, what is he saying? But you just went on a rant about how you don't like your wife's butt. So
I really can't.
I am feeling it. Speaking to Jasmine, they agreed there was a lot of awkwardness and that maybe they should pump the brakes.
The brakes been pumped. What I don't understand is the game where you're like having dinner with your wife and you're like, oh yeah, what's your favorite sexual position? Everything's sexual, right? That comes out of your mouth. And then I felt like she was a bit taken aback and turned off by it. I feel like a lot of grown women would have been turned off by that. Yeah. So I'm just like, you're doing all this, and now since she's not like, oh yeah, like ready to bust it open for you, you're turned off, and now she's a 4? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's whack.
I need to know if she was a 4 beforehand.
I don't think she was. If she was a 4 and your wife, why were you asking her what her favorite sexual position is?
Because he wanted to know.
Why do you need to know if the 4's favorite sexual position is?
He still wanted to have sex.
That's goofy. I'm sorry.
You
don't need to be married.
Men are disgusting.
Do not need
what
to
is
be
it?
married.
Yes, clearly he don't even know what love is. Duh. That's why that's the only reason why I'm just like, yo, what is this show? Sometimes, seriously, what is this? What is
all
this?
Right.
That's all I gotta say.
Are we doing ratings?
Let's get into some ratings, people. If you have not subscribed to the channel already, please make sure you do so right now. Thank you very much. But also, if you are one of our returning subscribers, we thank you for coming back all the time. And your favorite part is back, y'all. Let's get into these ratings. If you're new here, we do a rating for each couple based on their level of love and compatibility as a couple. And
our hopefulness.
And our hopefulness.
Mostly our hopefulness.
Nobody gets a 10 in Jasmine's book until
Never.
they both say yes on decision day. All right? Please take the time to drop some ratings in the chat. These are 1 out of 10. Starting. Let's start with Dominique and McKinley again. How are you feeling about Dom and Mac, Jasmine?
They getting like a 4 for me. I just don't see it.
It's a 4.
And again, she didn't sign up for this. Her mom signed her up for it. So she could dip out.
Now, does this 4 have anything to do with the fact that we might have seen a member of this couple kissing another member of another couple?
I would like to say no, but the previews do have me like, I just don't see the chemistry. And their age gap is too big, in my opinion.
I agree.
Now, if she was 30 and he was 40, I could see that age gap.
I keep forgetting she's that young.
But she's 25, 26. I can't see it.
That's wild. She should not be on the show either. I'm sorry, y'all.
And he's not giving me mid-30s either, now I'm thinking about it. I'm saying, like, just the way... Yeah, he's like 34, 35, I thought.
Thought he was older than that, boy. I don't know. But I would say, Jazz giving him a 4, I would say 5 for Dom and Mac, just because,
Vince is the nice one, guys.
I'm the nice one. Again, obviously, we know that something else is going to happen, but I'm talking about at this point right now in the relationship, it seems like Mac wants to try. It seems like Dom is, what is the word, putting up with it, I guess. Like,
I feel like if he was more her type. I honestly think she into black men. I believe that.
I strongly believe that. Let's talk about Gina and Clint. What is your rating for Gina and Clint after this episode, Jasmine?
2.
Dang. All right, Jasmine says 2. Because I'm being nice, I'll say 3, but it's giving trash. Kirsten and Shaquille. Let us know how you feel about Gina and Clint. I'm probably gonna see some zeros in there somewhere. Kirsten and Shaq. They seem to be doing well. Again, Jazz thinks they have a strong potential for love, specifically on Kirsten's side.
6.5.
Wow.
And he's holding that up that way. I feel like I can't tell sometimes if she's playing hard to get, which is okay, or if she really don't like him. But I feel like when I listen to what she's saying, she's not a super expressive woman, and I know how it is not to be a super expressive woman. But if you take her and take me at face value for what I say, my word is what I mean. And she seems to be that type of woman as well.
I agree.
So I think that if she's saying, oh, his personality and all this stuff outshines and he checks all the boxes, minus him not necessarily physically being my type, I think that she is like at least open and trying to give him a chance.
I just want to say, can we just, men and women, can we just agree to not comment on each other's bodies or hair from now on, okay? Just don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't, like, gotta, just love on your husband. You ain't gotta talk about his bald head. He knows he's bald. He knows. Right? Now, I would agree with you on the 6.5. I would, out of niceness, might want to give them a 7.
Why you keep trying to be off of me?
What you talking about?
Whatever rating I give, you want to give a different rating.
I just said...
One band, one sound.
I just said I was agreeing with... Y'all run this back. I'm agreeing with your 6.5, Jasmine, because I would want to give them a 7 out of niceness. We'll get to Nicole and Christopher to see if they actually deserve a 7, but I do think there is some work that needs to be done. But their communication is okay, and they like each other, it seems. So I'll give them. They got work. They got work to do. Everybody has work to do. Right? Let's talk about Nicole and Christopher. Do they deserve a 7 in your eyes? Or do you think that Nicole and Christopher, outside of the "Do you love me? Do you love me?" Do you think that they are doing a tiny bit better than... I'm getting
weird energy from them,
I am.
Actually.
A tiny bit better than Kirsten and Shaq?
I feel like it seems that way, but there's something up. The fact that he was like, oh, she holds hands more than I would like to, but he has not verbalized any of those things to her. If that the only thing that he verbalized to her was like him being like a little messy and like nervous about moving in together. But I feel like he's the guy that's like the yes guy, and I feel like he's still doing the same behaviors.
Yeah.
As like, oh yeah, is that what you want? Okay, cool. I'm gonna go with this. Like, and like, it's one thing to want to please your wife, but I feel like, is it authentic is my question now. And then also, once she figures out that things are not fully authentic, I feel like she's not gonna react in a way that he is okay with.
I would agree on that. She does seem like she could get a little emotional, temperamental. Possibly.
And Clint ass was doing the same shit again. Like, oh yeah, she's gonna try you. Keep the balance. Sir, worry about Gina, okay?
Do you feel like Nicole and Christopher deserve a lower rating than Kirsten and Shaq?
I'll give them the same rating.
Look, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because they got work to do. They def got work to do. Let's talk about Jasmine and Eris is our very last couple. If we're putting people at 4s and 5s and 2s and 3s,
I feel like Jasmine was a wife from the first day that he met her. So
did you take that from my wedding vows?
Yes. Yes. So I gotta automatically give them a 5.
Do you
right
think,
in the middle?
Do you honestly feel like Jasmine was like ready,
yes.
preferably, absolutely ready? To
I
be
feel
married?
like she has the right.
Because he's definitely
outlook.
not. He's definitely not. He's definitely not ready.
Even
for
her
marriage.
saying, "Okay, husband," like I could tell she be like fake annoyed with some of the stuff he says. I don't know if you peeped her say it several times. Okay, husband, like I'm letting you rock right now. I'm taking a note of it and I'm trying to make it work. Is what it was giving.
She's been relatively patient. Not even relatively. She's been very patient because he's been saying some wild stuff, man. Not Clint. but
couldn't be me.
You know what I'm saying? He's not going full Clint, but he definitely has been saying some wild things. And yeah, just the way that he's going about it, it's not looking super
He's
clean.
giving big F boy vibes to me.
You said it, not me, but he knows that was his past life, of course. Please let us know how you feel about these couples. Drop those ratings in the chat. We're going to continue to do ratings. Again, nobody gets a 10 in Jasmine's book until they both say yes on decision day. I feel like that's everything I have. Let us know how you're feeling about these couples. I'm looking forward to see them move in next week and see all the kind of drama and stuff that's, goes from there. Little key sign as well. All right, but please, of course, please make sure that you
like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, do that. And we'll see you here on another episode of The Jasmyne Show. Peace.
Jasmyne and Vince.
The Jasmyne Show.